Hi everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger, back to do another commentary on my previous birthday animations last year. This time, we're doing 1997, when I turned 3 years old, and me and my family moved to Malaysia. And from that day forth, we stayed here. Though there was we had a 5 year stay in Malaysia, but now we're residing in Malaysia, and this is currently our permanent residence. So yeah, that's about it, really. So what happened in 1997 when it comes to my favorite TV cartoon, animated movie, and video game? First off, my favorite TV cartoon of that year is Cow and Chicken. It's basically my type of Ren and Stimpy. You could argue Ren and Stimpy's a bit too slow, and the controversy with the creator made you turn off a bit from Ren and Stimpy, but Cow and Chicken in my humble opinion, is a lot better than Ren and Stimpy. It's fast paced, and I do love that rockin' theme song. That and even if it is stupid at times, I feel like this is the right type of stupid, the right type of turn off your brain, and the right amount of gross out. Is it weird that I kind of fancy those butts and taters? Now, to mention the geniusness of Cow and Chicken's voice actor Charlie Adler, his delivery, like, at the time when he tried to do a little girly voice for Cow, and doing the type of a voice for Chicken, like he has a bit of an attitude. And not to mention the voice of the red guy. Hello, it's me. And I believe it was one of the early times when I heard a bit of Spanish, like Super Cow, Arrescate. In fact, I especially love their overreactions. I mean, sure, shouting isn't always funny, but Charlie Adler's delivery on those shouts is brilliant. Like, he's getting a bit of these enzymes inside Cow's stomach. Is that bad? I see that you are a simpleton. Things all look good, Mom and Dad! Okay, so what were my honorable mentions for 1997? South Park. Can be raunchy at times, but I think it's a great satire on real world stuff and what was going on within that time. And it's also relatively quick to make, surprisingly. Extreme Ghostbusters. This was my introduction to the Ghostbusters franchise, and perhaps my most favorite thing Ghostbusters related besides the iconic 1980s theme song. I Am Weasel. I technically also Powder Counter Chicken, but it also became its own show, just like Grim and Evil. And if I'm counting puppetry as a form of animation, Bear in the Big Blue House. In my opinion, that is my most favorite of the preschool shows, because it's a show I connect more than with Sesame Street and with it was my favorite at the time. I always loved the show with its simplicity, with Tutter, Pip and Pop, Trilo, Ojo, and Bear. Just 6 characters, but there's something charming about its simplicity. It's a pity that the voice actress for Luna died when the show was being shown, and it caused a bit of production difficulties at the time. Yeah, I still had some fun times with it. Now what is my favorite animated film that year? Hercules. Now, I am aware that this movie is about nearly 100% inaccurate to the original mythologies. About 90% of it is inaccurate. Like, Zeus in the original myth was a bit of Pepe Le Pew, the Johnny Bravo, or the worst of the bunch, where he sleeps with a lot of women and stuff. And Hera has a extreme hatred for Hercules, so she asked the snakes to kill him, but Hercules was too strong and managed to beat the snakes. In the movie, Hera's a loving mother, and Zeus is a jolly giant. Hades in the original myth is a bit of a goth. He's not really evil, but he's not really good either. He was tricked by his brother into becoming god of the underworld, feeling a bit of despair and stuff. In the movie, he's basically like a lawyer or an agent with the performance of James Woods. What do you say to that, huh? Well, is my hair out? But nevertheless, I still enjoyed the movie. But even though I had to shut up about it when I was in Greece back in 2018 because I was worried that somebody, if I talk positive about it, I might get some backlash. Like the time they actually did get some backlash for trying to premiere that film in the Athens Colosseum, no, temple, one of the Greece temples. And the Greece says it was just another case of foreigners distorting our history for for their entertainment. So what's my one of my honorable mentions? Anastasia, a nice retelling of the original story, though it may be offensive to some people from Russia. Land Before Time 5, The Mysterious Island. And I found myself enjoying that one as a kid. And the Friends for Dinner song kind of never left my head. Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. Yeah, it's darker than the usual Winnie the Pooh movies, but I thought it was pretty good. Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. I know a lot of people aren't exactly super fond of it. They say the original was such a masterpiece, and the other versions kind of taint its legacy a bit. But I usually stay for it for one. There's the one. Even if I didn't like the film, there's one thing a lot of people do like from it. Tim Curry as Forte, the one who's plays the organs. He doesn't want to go back to being human, and even then he tries to move a bit. And oh, what's this? Oh, dear heavens! Look, I'm bolted to the wall. Yeah, that was my favorite. In fact, if I didn't like, even if I didn't like this movie, at least Tim Curry was the highlight of the film. Now, what is my favorite video game of 1997? As the sequel to my favorite game of 1996, Crash Bandicoot 2: Cortex Strikes Back. It is a massive improvement over its predecessor. Better expressions, better animations, better different powers and stuff. And also better usage of theme songs. In fact, I like the Ripperoo Crash 2 one more than than number 1. And I find the Komodo brothers boss battle to be one of the most underrated. And it was my introduction. And of course, there's Tiny and Engine. They got some catchy theme songs, but I think their boss battles in number 3 are better. Um, and yeah, and I that's that I like say Cortex Strikes Back is pretty much everything I liked about Crash 1, but a whole lot better. One of my honorable mentions, Tekken 3, which I think is my most favorite of the Tekken series. Worms 2, is where the cartoony type of Worms art styles originated from. Sonic R, which I did remember playing a bit as a kid, but I never fully understood how it's supposed to go. Oh, but I did have a lot of fun with it. And Sesame Street Letters. It's one of those education games I remember playing a lot. I think it was my introduction to Sesame Street. And it's where you get to play as Telly Monster, and you also get to visit Snuffy, Bert and Ernie, and Big Bird. And they even had those they even had their own spins to their classic tales. Like Snuffy had his own spin to Humpty Dumpty. Big Bird had his own spin to Little Red Riding Hood, and I think Bert and Ernie's spin was on The Princess and the Pea. I can't remember. It was called Prince and the letter N, which was later converted to a Z. So yeah, those were my most favorites of that year and my honorable mentions. So how does the animation go? Chicken gets a letter stuck to his back. So I thought about this formula. Originally, the original formula was that I had characters punch through the walls of the video games and deliver things and deliver things from the entrance and deliver other letters from the entrance, other types of presents from the entrance. But this is when I decided to change the formula a bit. For this one, it's a running theme that everything gets thrown from the window. First off is chicken being thrown by Cal with a letter attached. And the letter is... So I hope you don't mind to tell me the events. It was by Mr. Wanapin that happened at night here. Paleontology was the Archaeoceratops, which is an ancestor of ceratopsians, and Gojirasaurus, a Triassic dinosaur named after Godzilla. A Chinese prehistoric bird is named Lianoningornis. I need to learn how to pronounce that properly. And a South American elephant and tapir-like mammal from the Miocene named Granastrapotherium and Xenostrapotherium. And I said, maybe there can be some great ideas for characters in the future. Maybe one day I'll represent them. And here's Panic with a thumbstick, a thumb drive. He's thrown by Pain. And I just used my old computer animation from the last one, and it says, what was their favorite? And the person doesn't say their most favorite, but they did say what were the biggest movies or TV shows that year. It was Titanic, Lost World, Jurassic Park, Angry Beavers, Adventures of Paddington, Diddy Kong Racing, Gold Dove, 7 Final Fantasy and stuff. And all I picked was the story about the RMS Titanic, since I did watch that film. In fact, I watched that film the same year the Owl House premiered its series finale. It was a preparation for my 111th anniversary, or 1111th anniversary of when the boat sank. And then here's a knife that was thrown. Usually it's the others were characters being thrown, like Chicken and Panic, but this one it's not a character, it's just a weapon. And it was thrown by Komodo Mo and Komodo Joe, the Komodo brothers from Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And I opened the package, and what does it contain inside? So if this person asked me to do something about a bloop. There was a boat that had some sort of blooping sound. They say maybe it's some sort of weird creature that's going beneath. And the noise was so... And the person asked me to include that bloop sound. And here's Diddy Kong and Star Fox. And suddenly the boat sank. Kind of like the Titanic. And I don't know why, but I chose this place called Ujungkulon National Park because it's one of the very few homes of the Javan rhino. There's not that many left. Ours became extinct many years ago, and the Vietnamese one became extinct last decade. This is its home now. And he's wondering why did it sink even though there was no iceberg? Oh, wait, the boat plug thing. This idea was inspired by I remember seeing Hey Arnold episode where Helga accidentally pulled that plug thing and the boat sank. So yeah, that's my commentary on... I think there is, or maybe it was another Nicktoon at the time. I can't remember, but I did remember seeing that. So yeah, that's my commentary on 1997 when I turned 3. Next up, I'm 1998 when I turned 4. Hope you've enjoyed this video.